Hi, Sharon back again. Kitten Patrol Part 4, Kitten Patrol AMA Part 4. Jeez, this is getting long. I'm sorry. I hope, if anyone's still with me, I hope you're really enjoying this. Most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me that I'm willing to share. I'm not going to tell the whole story. There is a long story. It's not the most fun story to look back on. I wish I could actually say that embarrassing moments to me that I could look back and laugh. Unfortunately, I'm the kind of person who dwells on them. But third grade in Israel, I got pantsed. And I'm going to stop there because it's a long story. Have I ever dyed my hair a crazy color? If not, and I was forced to, what would I pick? Yes, I have. And sort of. I've never dyed my whole head. My head's actually dyed red right now. Hair's actually dyed red right now. It's relatively new. The color, the light here is not that easy to tell, and it's a darker red, fairly natural, kind of more auburn color. But that's not crazy. Not that long ago, I dyed my tips purple. In high school, I had some blue streaks, and after my summer job's over, I fully intend to do a much more full thing of probably reds and purples or blues and purples. I haven't quite decided yet. Definitely purple is going to be part of it. Do I fold or clump my toilet paper? Do I do? I think I clump. Maybe no, I fold. I fold. It's a really odd question. What type of music do I like? I'm a huge fan of a cappella. And as I said last time, I'm huge on show tunes. I am a total musical geek. And I like a lot of the traditional stuff. Or types of things you might get at Ren fairs. What's my dream? I want to be a professor. It might seem a little small, I guess. I'd like to have a few books that are well known, at least in my field. But I want to be a professor. I love teaching. I love what I do. Again, look back a few AMAs. I think AMA number 2 was pretty much completely devoted to what I've studied and what I'm studying. But yeah, I want to be one of those teachers who inspired me. One of the professors who clearly loves what they do, knows what they do, and makes other people love it too. That's my dream. If it was my job to name the cow, rhino, aardvark, cat, and dog, what would you name them if you were seeing them for the... Don't ask a linguist about names! I have no idea. I don't think I can even begin to speculate on what I do there. My favorite food. Let's go on to that. Meat. No. Apparently when I was a little girl and we were asked about I was like the classmate of the year, and I got to name a favorite food, and I picked meat. My favorite food actually is these things my mom calls spinach gnocchi, but they're spinach and cheese balls that are put together with potato starch to hold it together, hence the gnocchi part of the name. They're delicious. But other than that, I am actually pretty big on meat. I'm a huge carnivore who doesn't get to eat that much meat because of because kosher meat's really expensive. I'm huge on a few fishes. I love rainbow trout, cheese. And I know these are more categories than specifics other than the spinach gnocchi thing. But I'm not... I guess if I had to pick my favorite cheese, it's Parmesan. Favorite meat? Oh. Meat? I like buffalo. Buffalo is delicious. Favorite fish is rainbow trout, but I'm a huge fan of salmon. Could I go without sugar for a year? Oh, fuck no. Pardon my language, but no. If I had to make a YouTube persona/channel, what would you name it? Well, I have one. It's where I'm putting these. It's Kabiano, which is a very long story back to when I was in high school. And writing brought into my first fan fiction with 2 friends as a self-insertion for Magic Knight Rare. Gotta stop that story there. Like I said, a long one. But that stuck around as something I use. Anya, if I remember correctly, is Dark Knight, so it has to do with being something called the God of Dark Knight. But if I were actually going to try to make a persona or channel, right now I'd actually probably use a Kitten Patrol or something like that. I really like it. But yeah, I do actually have a channel. I just don't have a persona. Name a few people who were major positive influences in my life. My parents. My parents and my grandparents. I have a very close-knit family with me and my parents. They are geeks. My dad's a professor. My mom has her PhD. My dad has his too, of course. So does my grandma. My grandma studied gender stuff before it was cool. She actually studied the effects of children literature on gender roles, and how it related and how they were portrayed, as well as being into mythology and teaching children's educations, which are all stuff that pretty much I've done. Now I'm really kind of following in her footsteps in a lot of ways. My parents have encouraged me through everything. I mentioned wanting to be one of those professors who really encourages you and become positive influences. I've had a few of those. So, yeah. But really, some of the biggest ones were my parents. I love them to death. I talk on the phone with them pretty much every day. I lived very close to them for the past 5 years before I moved out here to Boston and was there all the time, partly because they had cable TV and I didn't. But my mom played Dungeons and Dragons. My dad introduced me to what Rocky Horror's Shadowcast was. They both introduced me to Star Wars, Star Trek, Fritcoms, Doctor Who, all of that stuff. So, my parents. Describe my best friend. I'm an extrovert. I have so many. I don't really. The thing is that, so this kind of goes along with talking about being poly earlier. I don't really have a best friend because so many people have so many good qualities, and those are, different people have different qualities. So why do I have to pick one? I have 3 girls I consider my sisters, my twin and my 2 older sisters, but, I don't really have one, which makes that really hard to answer. What are my favorite girl and boy baby names for the future? Why? I've always loved the name Adrian. I have no idea why. It's actually gender neutral, which is even better. I like the name Tal. It means dew in Hebrew. So Tal is one that I've liked for a while. I like the sound of it. Again, apparently I like things that are kind of gender ambiguous and in a gender neutral setting. So I think those are the big 2 that I've thought of. Wilford Warfstache versus Tiny Box Tim, who would win? Why are you asking me that? Unfortunately, it would probably be Wilford Warfstache because, he's Markiplier size rather than a tiny little box. But why would they go against each other? I love Tiny Box Tim. My most fond memory from high school or college. I don't think I have one. I have a lot of negatives from high school I remember more than positives, so I do have positives. Plenty of positives. My role-playing games. I was at one point in 5 games at once, and I loved playing with my friends. And, would be great nights. We'd sit down together, pull out the food, and just play for hours. And I really, really miss that. Did I already say my ultimate goal? Oh, I said my dream. My ultimate goal and my dream are pretty much the same thing. I want to be a professor. I want to be a professor of linguistic anthropology, dealing with gender roles and how we present and create our gender identity through our language as one of the main things I deal with. And also teaching other parts of linguistics and anthropology. There. My definition of happiness. Being happy? I think it's really an individualized thing, what you need to make you happy. I like being content with who I am, with myself. My kitty. Come here, kitty. Come here, Clips. Here. Aw. definition of happiness. Mm. She makes me happy. But no, really, being in a good place in life and content with it, whatever it is, something that's good for you. For some people, that requires being really. Sorry, I'm seeing her in the little webcam thing, and for some people, it's being super successful. For me, I just want to have a job I like. I love my friends give me a lot of happiness. Things like that. If you could be instantly skilled at anything, what would it be? I'd love to be more skilled at singing. But honestly, I'd like to be even more skilled at my work as a linguist. And I feel like it's silly. No. If I could be instantly skilled at anything, it would be learning languages. Because I'm a linguist, so I'm really good at studying languages, but I suck at learning languages. And I'm 3/4 Russian, so I would, 6 generations back, so I would love to learn Russian. I tried to learn Japanese. I've tried to learn Arabic. All I can remember to say in Arabic is Brandeis, which means I studied Arabic at Brandeis University. And that's pretty much it from a year and a half. I tried, like I said, I tried to study Japanese. I couldn't deal with kanji. I desperately wanted to learn Irish Gaelic. I would want to be skilled at languages. That's what it is. What pet would you have if you could? This one. I love my kitty. This is Eclipse. She is the bestest kitty in the world. She's a super sweetheart. As you can see, she's letting me do this right now. For you. We're just in a completely, totally mellow mood. Yeah. Her. I swear I remember being asked what exotic animal I would have if I could. Oh yeah, I answered that before. If I were going to have an exotic pet, it would probably be some sort of snake or a sugar glider. But for my cat, or for pet, I've wanted a cat for forever, and I have one. And she is the love of my life, and I would not replace her with anything else. My biggest non-celebrity role model, I think this goes along with what I said before, positive influences, honestly. Probably my grandma, who worked until age 90. No, she's about to be 90, actually, in just a few days. But she worked until just a few years ago. She's a super strong woman. Really, a lot of my family are huge role models for me to follow along in. My favorite movie. Sorry, I'm actually looking at my movies right over there right now. I don't have a favorite movie. I definitely have some favorite movies. I love Labyrinth. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Rocky Horror actually isn't one of my favorite movies, so I've definitely seen it more than any other movie ever. Because, again, I'm in a shadowcast. I'm learning a role for it right now, which means, oh gosh, I have to watch it all the time. Darkness Rising is a great one. I love The Gamer's Darkness Rising. That's one of the ones I always go back to and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. If anyone hasn't seen the Gamer's movies and are geeky, especially if you're a gamer, watch it. Favorite superhero? Hawkeye. Goes along kind of the more Batman-y thing. I love archery. I'm terrible at it. Well, no, actually, apparently I'm kind of good at it. I found this out recently. I haven't had the chance to do it as much as I like to, but archery is super, super cool. And I like the backstory. Not the one in the movies, but the backstory. I love the fact that he wears hearing aids. Again, not in the movies. But he is on the line of the disabled superheroes to some extent, and normal guy, super well trained kind of deal. I did that one. I'm getting a bunch of things about the biggest dare I've ever done, and honestly, I think I've played Truth or Dare, but I don't remember any dares I've done. I don't think I've played recently or done anything particularly bad. And I am going to stop it there, because again, 15 minutes. I'm actually close to the end of my questions, so I think there's a few that will take a bit longer. So, I actually could use a few more questions to fill up number 5, wow. But yeah. Love you all. If you're a member of the Heroes, love you very much. Very glad to do an admin AMA for you. If you're just some random person watching my channel, thank you so much for watching my channel. Okay, bye!